What's good, Cowboys Nation? Why all ready to saddle up and ride into the heart of Dallas football? This is your one and only Dallas Cowboys news network, where the star shines brighter than a Texas sunrise, and we're bringing you the hottest scoop on our boys in silver and blue. Today, we're diving deep, real deep, into the latest buzz surrounding America's team. The Cowboys just wrapped up their mandatory minicamp, and let me tell you, the vibes are electric. We're talking new coaches, a fired-up Dak Prescott, and a team that's hungry to shake off the dust of last season's disappointment. But here's the million-dollar question. Can the Cowboys finally lasso their way to the Super Bowl? Or are we staring down the barrel of another Lone Star letdown? Buckle up, because we're about to unpack it all in this exclusive breaking news report. Grab a cold one, kick back, and let's get into it. First off, let's talk about the seismic shakeup in Big D. The Cowboys have a new sheriff in town, and his name is Brian Schottenheimer. That's right. Folks, Mike McCarthy has hit the trail, and Jerry Jones has handed the reins to Schottenheimer, a move that's got everyone from Arlington to Austin buzzing. Now, I know what some of y'all are thinking, Schottenheimer? Really? Ain't he just another name in the NFL coaching carousel? And yeah, I hear you. This wasn't the blockbuster hire that had folks expecting a big-name coach like Sean Payton to roll into town. But hold your horses, Cowboys Nation, because Schottenheimer is bringing some serious swagger to the table. This man is out here talking like he's ready to plant the Cowboys star on the Super Bowl trophy. He's saying, "We're gonna win, and when we do, other teams are gonna come sniffing around for my coaches like hogs at a trough." That's the kind of Texas-sized confidence we need in Dallas, and it might just be the spark to light a fire under this team. Now, let's get to the man under center, Dak Prescott, the heart and soul of this Cowboys offense. Love him or hate him, Dak's our Q-bone, and he's back in the saddle after a rough 2023 season where a hamstring injury sidelined him for half the year. But don't sleep on Dak, y'all. He's coming into 2024 with a chip on his shoulder and a fire in his belly. He's been out here dropping truth bombs, saying he wants to win a championship not just for the team, but for himself and, heck, for his sanity. Can you blame the guy? Dak's been riding this Cowboys roller coaster for nearly a decade, delivering big regular season numbers, but coming up short when the postseason lights shine brightest. Cowboys Nation has heard this song before. Dak's got a knack for saying all the right things, but we're ready to see him back it up with some clutch wins. The question is, can he finally silence the doubters and lead Dallas to glory? So, what's the deal with this Cowboys team? What's their edge? Every championship squad has one. Look at the Philadelphia Eagles. They've got Hawaii Roseman working salary cap magic like he's the Houdini of the NFL. Kansas City? They've got the unstoppable duo of Patrick Mahomes and Andy Reid, a combo so unfair it should come with a warning label. Even outside football, think about the Golden State Warriors back in their prime, revolutionizing basketball with Steve Curry's three-point barrage. But Dallas? That's where things get tricky. Some folks out there, haters, if you ask me, say the Cowboys don't have an edge. They're pointing to Dak's massive contract, which eats up a hefty chunk of the salary cap and limits Jerry Jones' ability to rope in more talent. It's a tough pill to swallow, but it's the reality of the NFL. Elite quarterbacks get paid, and Dak's no exception. The problem? Unlike Mahomes, Josh Allen, or Joe Burrow, Dak doesn't have the postseason hardware to quiet the critics. But let's not count our Cowboys out just yet. On the offensive side, things are looking up. With Dak back in the lineup, the passing game is poised to take flight. And here's some spicy news. The Cowboys added rookie wideout Jalen Pickens to pair with superstar CeeDee Lamb. That's a 1-2 punch that could keep defensive coordinators up at night. Imagine Lamb torching secondaries with his route-running wizardry, while Pickens stretches the field with his blazing speed. It's a combo that could make the Cowboys' offense downright explosive. And don't sleep on the running game. Tony Pollard still got that burst. And if the offensive line can hold up, he could be breaking off some big runs. The pieces are there, y'all. but it's gonna take some serious execution to make it all click. Now, let's flip to the other side of the ball. The Cowboys' defense has been a mixed bag in recent years, but there's reason for optimism in 2024. They've got some young bucks ready to make a name for themselves, like linebacker Micah Parsons, who's already a certified game wrecker. Parsons is out here hunting quarterbacks, like a coyote chasing a jackrabbit, and if he stays healthy, he could be in the running for Defensive Player of the Year. The secondary's got some question marks, but they snagged a couple of gritty veterans in free agency to steady the ship. If the pass rush can keep quarterbacks uncomfortable and the defensive backs can lock down receivers, this unit could be the key to Dallas making some noise in the playoffs. But here's the catch. They've got to tighten up on third downs. Last season, they were giving up big plays like they were handing out candy on Halloween. That's got to change pronto. Speaking of changes, let's talk about the expectations swirling around this team. The NFC East is no joke, y'all. The Philadelphia Eagles are strutting around as reigning Super Bowl champs, with a roster stacked like a double-decker brisket sandwich. Jalen Hurts is playing at an MVP level, and their defense is nastier than a rattlesnake in a bad mood. Then you've got the Washington Commanders, who are no slouches either. If their young quarterback pans out, they could stir up some trouble in the division. And the New York Giants? Well, let's just say they're still trying to find their way out of the barn. But even a struggling Giants team can play spoiler in this dogfight of a division. So where do the Cowboys fit in? Best case scenario, some analysts say they could sneak into the playoffs as a wild card. Others aren't so optimistic, predicting a third-place finish in the NFC East behind Philly and Washington. Either way, it's gonna be a Texas-sized gauntlet. Let's keep it 100. Cowboys Nation, we've been down this road before. We've had our hearts stomped on more times than a snake in a stampede. Every season, we get our hopes up, only to watch them crash and burn in January. But here's the thing, every year is a fresh start, a new shot at glory. And who knows? Maybe 2024 is the year the Cowboys finally kick the can down the road to something special. Maybe this is the season where Dak Prescott flips the script, the defense rises up, and the offense lights up scoreboards like a 4th of July fireworks show. It's a long shot, sure, but stranger things have happened in the NFL. Just ask the 2007 Giants, who came out of nowhere to shock the world. All right, let's take a quick breather, Cowboys Nation. If you're loving this deep dive into the Cowboys 2024 season, do me a solid and smash that subscribe button. It keeps us rolling with the best Dallas scoop this side of the Trinity River. And while you're at it, drop a comment below what's your wildest hot take for the Cowboys this year? Are we going all the way, or are we in for another heartbreak? I'm itching to hear what y'all think, so let's get that conversation poppin'. But here's where it gets messy, Dak's contract. That big old paycheck is tying Jerry Jones' hands when it comes to building a deeper roster. It's a tough spot, no doubt, but let's not act like Dak's the only quarterback cashing big checks. Mahomes, Allen, Burrow, they're all banking millions. But the difference is, they've got postseason wins to back it up. Dak's still chasing that ghost, and until he gets it, the critics won't let up. But football ain't a one-man show, y'all. The offensive line's gotta hold up like a brick wall. The running game's gotta churn out yards, and the defense needs to get off the field on third downs. It's a tall order, but if anyone can handle it, it's this Cowboy squad. Let's take a peek at the schedule, because it's a doozy. The Cowboys have got some brutal road trips to Philly and Washington, plus home games against the Giants and Eagles. And don't sleep on those non-division matchups. They're no picnic either. We're talking tilts against teams like the Kansas City Chiefs, San Francisco 49ers, and Baltimore Ravens. It's a gauntlet that'd make even the toughest Cowboy sweat. But if Dallas can wrangle 10 or 11 wins out of this mess, it might just punch their ticket to the postseason. And once you're in the dance, anything can happen. History's full of wild card teams making deep runs, and the Cowboys have the talent to pull it off if they can stay healthy. Health, y'all, that's the big if. The injury bug has bitten this team hard in recent years, from Dak's hamstring to key starters going down at the worst possible times. Keeping the roster intact is gonna be critical, especially with a schedule this tough. But it's not just about staying healthy, it's about playing with that Dallas swagger. You know what I'm talking about, that confidence, that strut, that belief that you're the baddest team on the field. The Cowboys have been missing that spark in recent years, but with a new coach and a motivated Dak, maybe just maybe they can bring it back. Let's zoom out and look at what the Cowboys did this offseason, because Jerry Jones wasn't sitting on his hands. In the draft, they beefed up the offensive line with some greenhorns who could make an impact right out of the gate. Guys like Tyler Guyton, a tackle out of Oklahoma, are bringing some serious grit to the trenches. On defense, they snagged some speed and toughness, addressing holes that plagued them last year. Free agency wasn't a fireworks show, but they added a few savvy veterans to provide leadership and depth. These little moves might not make headlines, but they can pay off big when the games get tight. Now, let's talk numbers. Before his injury last year, Dak was cooking. His completion rate was up, touchdowns were flowing, and he was even scampering for some extra yards with his legs. If he picks up where he left off, that's a dang good sign for this offense. But the playoffs? That's where Dak's gotta rewrite his story. His postseason stat line, 3 touchdowns, 4 interceptions in his career, is uglier than a mud fence. He's gotta flip that script if he wants to quiet the haters and cement his legacy in Dallas. And he won't be doing it alone. Schottenheimer's offensive scheme is designed to put points on the board, with quick passes and creative play calling. If the execution's there, this offense could be a problem for defenses across the league. On the defensive side, it's all about fixing the leaks. Last season, the Cowboys gave up way too many big plays, especially in the passing game. The pass rush needs to bare its teeth, and the secondary's gotta stop leaking like a rusty bucket. Micah Parsons is the X factor here. If he's wreaking havoc, it takes pressure off the back end. But the defense as a whole needs to step up, especially in crunch time. And don't even get me started on special teams. They were shakier than a long-tailed cat in a room full of rocking chairs last year. A missed field goal or a botched punt can be the difference in a close game, so they've got to clean that up ASAP. In the end, the Dallas Cowboys are sitting at a crossroads. They've got a new coach with big dreams, a quarterback chasing redemption, and a roster full of question marks taller than the State Fair Ferris wheel. But if there's one thing we know about this team, it's that they keep us guessing. Will 2024 be the year they finally ride off into the sunset with a Lombardi trophy? Or will it be another chapter in the book of Cowboys heartbreak? Only time will tell. But one thing's for certain, it's gonna be one heck of a journey. So buckle up, Cowboys Nation, and let's ride. Go Cowboys!